So DC Chaos first issue has been released, and I can't think of another single issue of anything where so much has happened. Huge amounts of both action and explanations. Some of it was cool, a lot of it was bonkers, and a few details were confusing. Not that details matter all that much in a story like this. A story that's all about over-the-top action and heroes we love fighting other heroes we love. But I thought I'd do a quick rundown to get things clear in my own head. And also because I hoped some of you might be interested. So there are two primal energies in the DC universe. Alpha energy, the energy of creation, born from the source and embodied by the seven forces of the universe. That's the life force, the emotional spectrum, the sphere of the gods, the speed force, the dimensional superstructure, and the collective unconscious. The other is Omega energy, Alpha's dark twin. The energy of conquest and control. Earth is the universe's greatest source of Alpha, but pretty much all living worlds generate it. All except Apocalypse, because the core of that planet, its heart, is a machine that runs on Omega. Eons ago, the heart chose Darkseid to be its champion, and transformed him into the villain that we've always known. Okay, so when Darkseid created his universe, the ultimate universe, he placed his Earth at the figurative center of it, and placed a heart of Apocalypse in that Earth center. And all the Omega energy that heart and the ultimate universe as a whole generates, he absorbs, making him the personification of power of an entire universe, a state referred to as being a King Omega. And now he's attacking the regular DC universe. He's already conquered its future and is working his way backwards, attacking everywhere at once, ending it all, bending it all to his will, taking away the freedom of choice from everyone and turning them into slaves. If all that weren't bad enough, turns out that there's a heart of Apocalypse at the center of the regular Earth too. Presumably Darkseid put it there, but the details are scarce, so I suppose it could be some sort of natural event. The important bit is that it being there is a double-edged sword. On the one hand, the heart is serving Darkseid, feeding him. It's also transforming the Earth into something like Apocalypse, the closer Darkseid gets. So fire pits and parademons are now showing up. But it also could be the Earth's only chance for salvation, because Batman has an idea. Using the heart to transform one of the Justice League into something like Darkseid, into their universe's King Omega. The Quantum Quorum, a group of time travelers led by the Time Trapper, who's actually Doomsday from a distant future, and the World Forger, who's the older brother of both the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, and yes, he forges worlds. So pretty powerful guys. Anyway, they've joined forces to help the heroes defeat Darkseid, which they've tried to do thousands of times, but have failed every time. Now they think the best idea is to flee, to leave the universe to Darkseid and to create a pocket dimension he can't find, which is something the League isn't prepared to do. Back to my original point. The Quorum aren't crazy about Batman's idea, mainly because the heart is cosmically linked to Darkseid, and the only way to break that connection is to stop and then restart it. But this reboot can only be done with Omega energy, something the League doesn't possess. But Batman points out that they do, that Booster Gold was trapped with Darkseid for years, and that the Watchtower's readings confirm that it imbued him with Omega energy. So now they have the basics of a plan. But the Quorum is quick to point out that even if this reboot works, that'll be when the real trouble starts. The heart will search for a new champion, but the champion it seeks won't be heroic. It'll be someone fueled by conquest. To find that person, it will transform itself into an arena with ascending rings where a tournament can be held. The higher up you go, the more challenging it becomes. The ultimate winner will have to defeat all other challengers, and the heart itself. And in doing so, their only goal must be winning, because that's all the heart respects. No mercy or compassion should be shown. Once they've done that, they'll gain the power of the heart, and should be able to face Darkseid. The good news is that if they beat him, and that's a big if, they should be able to reshape the universe, to bring back whoever and whatever was lost. Meaning that they can be as cold-hearted as necessary during the competition and still know that they can right those wrongs later. They really don't have any other option but to try this crazy thing. So they secure the world as best they can for while they're away, leaving Mr. Miracle and his T-Spheres to guard the world's villains and make sure that none of them try to do what the Justice League is trying to do. And they leave the Titans to look after everything else. And then they go to the Scartasis Nexus, which is a passageway to the center of the Earth, to the heart. Not that this has much to do with anything, but Scartasis is basically DC's version of Marvel's The Savage Land, except that it's supposed to exist either at the center of the Earth or in another dimension that presents as the center of the Earth. Okay, so Booster fires the Omega energy he's storing at the heart, and it works. The heart stops for the briefest moment, which is enough to restart it and separate it from Darkseid. The first thing the renewed heart then does is show them each what it would be like for each of them to win, for them to feel the sort of power, for them to see what good they could do with it. And then the tournament begins. The first task is simple but not easy. Cross a gauntlet in one of the fastest times and you move on. The way is guarded by 3 behemoths and the floor is booby-trapped. It's also here that we are introduced to Omega demons, which are parademons from the end of time, that Darkseid made from the best, or worst, bits of every species to ever exist. Contestants start to make it to the finish line. Superman is making progress, but he's not moving as fast as he could, because he can't help but help others. It's just who he is. This is where something shocking happens. Batman warns Superman that he needs to stay focused, and then a spear erupts from the Dark Knight's chest, and a flag unfurls, announcing that the Joker and a host of other villains have evaded Mr. Terrific's T-Spheres and have entered the competition. Fighting them isn't the object of the game, so the race continues. In the end, 26 heroes make it across, out of more than 100 who started. And just to reiterate, Batman isn't one of them. 6 villains also make it, for a total of 32. And that's more or less it for the first issue. We also get a look at who everybody will be up against in the next round. It looks like one-on-one knockout stages from here on out, but we don't know what the challenges are yet, so picking a winner for each bout is tough. Still, there are some matchups that caught my eye. Captain Atom versus Power Girl, the Demon versus Supergirl, and Red Hood versus Damian Wayne. It's also shown that, amongst other twists, the heroes will need to battle 3 horsemen from the Absolute Universe. We can't see their faces, but they look very much like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And then there's one last twist that is shown. Darkseid has taken someone's form, and is now among them. It's not said explicitly who that someone is, but the artwork makes it look like it's Booster Gold, which would explain why he has the Omega energy, but not why he used it to help the heroes. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you're so inclined, please like and subscribe. Oh, and comment. Basically anything you can think of that the YouTube algorithm might like.